What is going on, you guys? My name is Rage and we're back today with another video for you all. In today's video, I want to quickly talk to you guys about my channel in regards to just informing you that, informationally, it is really hard to navigate sometimes with just how YouTube is operating. So what I've done is I've actually created a spreadsheet here to populate essentially all the guides I've made in the past to my channel, whether it be the campaign videos. I'm currently working on adding the Dark Dimension videos that I've unlocked, as well as just even having a legendary tracker. So I want to quickly show you guys what I've been working on as well. I hope this will be a good reference for those starting into the game, navigating towards the mid game, even the end game for those nodes that you guys haven't unlocked, and really showcasing the types of teams I've used in the past, and as well as the similarities in terms of what can be supplementing your strategy, or as well as you just pushing forward. That being said, you guys, here I'll just show you a quick reference here. Heroes Chapter 7 is a great example here in terms of me just showing you all the nodes, the team powers I've utilized, as well as the different teams, as you can see, as well as its respective link. And what the problem with YouTube is that, with me reattempting specific nodes with different teams, what I found is that it's just kind of hard to navigate, especially when I don't have a website of myself. I figured I'd just make a spreadsheet to share. So I'm going to put that in the description and the link for you guys here. But that way you guys can reference and really take an overview in terms of what's going to help with maybe specific nodes you're looking to tackle, or again, just getting that insight in terms of what you can expect for how high your characters need to be leveled up. So that being said, I do want to also highlight there is a column here I created that's called the MVP, and essentially it's any characters I found when I was going through that really made a notable difference in terms of being able to actually succeed. So let's just say hypothetically you have a very similar team level with me and maybe 3 or 4 out of the characters noted, but you're still not having a great time in terms of progressing. Well, likely it's probably going to be because of that MVP that you're potentially lacking in, and that's what I noticed when I was going through. So just as a reference, you guys, I hope that's able to kind of give you some insight there. And you bet as I continually work on this, I'm going to add my notes and whatnot, but at least this way it gives you guys a clear kind of blueprint in terms of how I'm navigating and all the guides I've made in the past, and just centralizing and localizing it now in one place for all your guys' reference. Great example here now is showing you here the Villains Chapter 7 nodes. And I've received a lot of feedback in the past where I do agree that RNG does play a significant factor. And what I've done is, 7.1 to 7.3 is a great example of how different strategies can be utilized, because you can see here, you also have to think about the relativity of the different teams I've utilized. So, I've utilized AIM, Red Skull Hydra, Zemo Hydra, and then obviously the less popular Sinister Six choice, because most players won't have Dr. Octopus. But you can see relatively, they're all around the same power range. So, when some players reach out to me and say that it's impossible, I'm sorry, but I highly disagree, because if I'm able to use 4 different teams and they're all around the same power range, this is exactly what I'm trying to demonstrate to you guys, that it is actually a big factor on the RNG. And a lot of these videos I have made recently, so there's a lot of speculation sometimes that Scopely does do these silent nerfs and whatnot, and you know what, they probably do make some changes behind the scenes without our knowing. But when I can utilize 4 different teams to actually attempt these same nodes, it's more, I would say, in my opinion, based on the luck factor, because I know it can play a huge significant component, especially when you attempt a node and you're not the one to get the first turn. So I just wanted to highlight that to you guys, because I do get a lot of negative feedback on that, and I wanted to illustrate to you guys here that a luck factor as well as the strategy combined is always going to be important. And keep in mind, my guides, I've always intended them to provide a reference. I don't think every player is going to be able to do it, but I think this is going to allow at least many of the free-to-play players to get a sense of how powerful your team will need to be. Especially when in each of my videos, I actually go through the gear level, the tier level, any ISO 8s if it's applicable. So I'm really hoping that actually provides a lot of value for you guys. Now, another big one I do want to illustrate for this video is just the Doom Chapter 3. And as new characters come to the game, this is what I love about being able to kind of reattempt it with lower characters or different team combinations. But you can see at the very beginning, 3.7 to 3.9, originally we used the 260k power armor team here just to push through, and that seemed to be the only feasible team, right? But now, that's why it's great to have this resource here, because as new characters are added to the game, you bet I'm going to be updating this and reattempting with different characters. So you can see here, you get a choice now. You can go with the power armor team. You can go with the Kestrel combination power armor team mixed in with Star-Lord as well as Shuri. And then as well, you can just solo it with Kestrel. So in my opinion, this resource is going to be going forward for me to update, especially if there's new characters, because, you know, I want you guys to minimize your materials too. Why should we, you know, invest in 5 characters to go through the final 3 nodes of Doom Chapter 3 when all you have to do is really put your resources into an end game character such as Kestrel, right? So that's really what I'm hoping to add here, you guys. You know, as I go through, and if there's new characters added, you bet I'm gonna, you know, take my opportunity to actually reattempt it, especially for those who haven't even gone through these nodes yet, right? You know, I've received great, amazing feedback from people saying, you know, they've recently just got through these nodes, and by having Kestrel alone, instead of investing in 4 to 5 power armor characters, now you can just throw it into Kestrel and get through it. So I mean, I'm just so happy to hear that it's actually been able to help you guys. So, you know, shout out to everyone that's actually benefited from this. I'm glad you guys have been reaping the rewards, because as I said, I don't know if many other content creators go back and do this, but, you know, for me, I'm all about maximizing the benefits, really giving back to you guys, because at the end of the day, you know, we love this game. We want to make it better. And for me, I understand how heavy the resource management is in this game. So that's why if I can find any shortcuts, any kind of cheat codes for you guys, you bet I'm going to fully take advantage of that. Last but not least, the one thing I do want keep on keeping track here is actually the legendary ranking I've created myself here. And really, it's kind of a sense of gauging where each legendary character is right now in terms of whether or not they're utilized in arena. Can they help significantly in the campaign? If they can be part of the Doom, especially the Doom raids here, whether or not they're viable in War, Dark Dimension, and the last component would be if they're actually required for Legendary. So by doing that, you know, objectively, we can finally now see and rank, you know, which Legendaries are in the game are the most important, and in my opinion, the ones that you can and should focus on, right? So to actually update this on either a weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly basis, just depending on any significant changes, because it's just so important to be on top of which characters do matter. The good news is it doesn't fluctuate too much, but the biggest thing is when a new legendary is added, you know, such as Adam Warlock, and we're still trying to see the impact of him, you know, and we're not really seeing him utilized in Dark Dimension yet, so it's going to be interesting to see if he's actually viable, so that's why that box is checked off. But at least hopefully this gives you guys some insight in terms of, you know, there are legendaries that are worth more investing in early on, especially if you're a new player in the game and you don't know who to focus. Well, that's why I'm hoping to have this here, so that way I can keep a tab on things, especially with the changing meta. You know, the new Infinity Watch team being added. We got the Secret Avengers coming. So, I mean, there's just a bunch of changes in this game, which is good. But as well, we have to adapt to the times, right? So, that's really, really key. Let me know if you guys have any comments or thoughts, because I can definitely revise as well. But as I said, I've kind of reflected this based on the majority of where the characters are right now in the game. So you can see that with Black Bolt, Jubilee, Ebony Maw, Dr. Octopus, Adam Warlock, and Phoenix, they're definitely the top 6 in the game right now, as they're most utilized in the most game modes in the game. So let me know what you guys think. But again, just an informational video for you all today. Hope you guys are staying safe out there. But let me know if you have any questions or feedback. And at the end of the day, you guys, you know, we're all just trying to build a better community. So my channel will not be where it is now without the value and support from you guys. So I do appreciate you guys commenting and giving me constructive feedback. I always love hearing back. And as always, you guys, I'll see you in the next one.